hungry enough to eat anything. Even Ellie's cooking.
These is dandy popovers, Ellie.
Yeah, smell good, too.
Well, I'm proud of them myself. Well, y'all just eat up whilst I show you the dress I made.
Oh, you learned her how to sew, Granny?
Taught her everything I know, then turned her loose. She'll be a missus before you know it.
Well, if what she sewed looks as good as these popovers, then...
Don't touch it, Uncle Jed. I said I was hungry enough to eat almost anything, but this popover's alive.
I'm freezing, too.
I'll fix it. Get it, Jethro.
I can't, Uncle Jed. I'm afraid. Thanks, Uncle Jed. I think you saved my life.
Yeah, seems like after all these years of you attacking your food, it's finally getting back at you.
I can see the headline. Jethro's revenge. Jethro killed by popover.
Well, no use letting it all go to waste. Can't taste as bad as it looks. I was wrong. It tastes worse. Ellie ain't never going to get herself a fella using bait like this.
There's still a chance. Man don't live by bread alone.
If he eats some Ellie's, he don't live, period.
Well, if she ever does get herself a husband, I know what to give him for a wedding present. A stomach pump.
And you get yourself cleaned up and stop this spinster talk. Ellie'll get herself a husband.
Gee whiz, what's with you? You're the one that's always calling her an old maid.
Yeah, Granny. Every time Ellie has a birthday, you dress up in a black dress and go in the morning.
Well, I found someone who needs my help in the romance department worse than Ellie.
Quit looking at me.
It ain't you, it's Miss Jane. You know that I heard that poor girl ain't never had a man ask for her hand in marriage.
Well, quit looking at me.
But, Jed, I don't want you to take her out or call on her or court her.
It's a good thing.
All you have to do is propose to her.
Oh, well, when you put it that way, it's hard to refuse.
Good.
But I'm gonna.
Oh, Jed, every woman has the right to say she's been proposed to once in a lifetime.
Well, Granny, I'm sure it's a worthy cause, but it ain't worthy enough to get married for.
Jed, she won't accept, but that doesn't matter. The important thing is that she will have been asked.
You do the asking.
But Jed, it has to be you, somebody that she respects. Slick, handsome, smart, good-mannered.
Hey, are you calling me Granny?
You big... I always say if you can't find a horse, grab a mule.
Are you calling me a mule?
No, Jethro. A jewel. A jewel.
Oh, thanks, Granny. You're sweet, too. Well, I'm going in the kitchen. Even Ellie's popovers ain't as bad as not eating at all.
You don't want to put one of them vicious varmints into your delicate gizzard.
I don't?
No. Wouldn't you rather tickle your taster with bacon and buzzard eggs and eggplant aspic, squirrel and parsnip pie, some corned beaver and cabbage?
Granny, stop. You know them's all my favorites.
I'll fix them all for you if you just do me one little favor.
A little favor? Heck, for that, I'll prune every tree and bush on all 14 acres of this place. With my teeth.
You don't have to work that hard. You darling, sweet boy.
Oh, Granny. Shucks.
I don't know. Miss Jane may decide it was better never having been asked.
Miss Hathaway, I'd like you to meet Ilsa, a new employee I just hired.
How do you do?
Oh, Ilsa doesn't speak or understand English.
Then why did you hire her? A stupid question.
Well, Ilsa's replacing Wimple, our bank guard.
There's the stupid answer.
Let's show her around, Miss Hathaway.
Chief? What kind of a bank guard will she make?
A great one. With her to look at, you think a crook's gonna care about robbing us?
Me?
Meet Jane.
Howdy, Miss Jane. This is for you.
Jethro, thank you.
I'm afraid I got a little hungry on the way down. I saved the maple and the licorice one for you. I don't like them.
Well, thank you. Are those for me, too?
Oh, yeah. Roses is red. Violets is blue. Sugar is sweet. Doggone, I keep forgetting the last part.
And so are you.
So am I what?
I forgot about Elsa. Elsa meets Jethro.
Me esta.
Jethro?
Huh? Oh, howdy, Miss,
Me esta.
Yes. Hey, that's a beautiful name.
Jethro, what was it you wanted?
Oh, I come to invite you out for dinner. Oh, there's something I gotta ask you.
All right, what was it you wanted to ask me?
I forgot, but I'll remember by tonight. I'll pick you up at the... I forgot that, too. I'll call you. Bye. Bye, me, Elsa.
I suppose you're wondering why I accepted a dinner invitation with that simple, bucolic youth. It is not his uncle's $73 million, but rather his pitiable ineptitude with women. I could not bear to see him rejected once again. And two, I haven't had a date myself for 6 months.
How'd you do, Jethro? Is Miss Jane going out with you?
Granny, I'm in love.
What'd you do? Give you something to eat?
She's the most wonderful, perfect, beautifulest girl in the whole world.
Miss Jane? She did give you something to eat.
Granny, I'm talking about me, Elsa. The girl I'm going to ask to be my wife.
Miss Jane gets to turn you down first.
Can't propose to Miss Jane. I am really in love.
How about our deal? All them victuals I'm cooking for you.
Granny, you just don't understand. This time it's the real thing. Why, me Elsa's my whole life. I adore her. I am crazy mad in love with her. Granny, I'd do anything for her.
Jethro, put your nose to the breeze.
I smell parsnip and squirrel pie.
Tell me all about that girl that you're crazy mad in love with.
What girl? Jethro? Gee, don't scare me like that, Uncle Jim. Certainly made me lop my hand off into this pan of gravy.
That'd be one way to make it finger licking good.
You're joking, ain't you?
It's groundhog gravy. We having a party?
Nope. All this is what Granny's given me for proposal.
Doing what, Jethro?
Can't tell you, Uncle Jed. Granny told me to keep it a secret, and my lips are sealed.
The only time your lips are sealed is when you got a mouthful of soup.
Go ahead, Uncle Jed. Insult me, bribe me, torture me. Ain't nothing gonna make me tell my secret.
I wouldn't even try.
And you can quit that pleading. When I got a secret, I keep it.
Do that, boy.
Tie me to the rack. Put burning bamboo right underneath my fingernails. Drag me behind wild horses. What'd you say?
I said you keep your secret. Somebody will tell me before long.
Oh, no, they won't. Ellie couldn't, Granny wouldn't, and Miss Jane don't even know that I'm going to propose to her yet. So that only leaves me. And I am just a little bit too smart. That is a dirty trick, Uncle Jed.
No dirtier than the trick you're playing on Miss Jane. She might say yes and get stuck with you.
No, she won't. And I'll tell you why. You see, Miss Jane is what you call intellectual, real educated, and full of fancy manners and high-toned ways.
Yeah.
Well, she ain't gonna marry no chuckle-headed yokel with the manners of a billy goat that's got the roots sticking out of him like quills on a porcupine.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Sure. So all I got to do is pretend that I'm like that for a while. You know, fake it.
Fake it.
Yeah. Of course, I got to forget that I'm a sophisticated international playboy and find out how a country hick would propose to a gal.
That's true.
Would you give me some pointers?
What could I tell a fella's got your way with words?
You can help me be a hayseed. You see, this Beverly Hills sophistication has done rubbed off on me. But thank goodness you're still just as rough as a cob.
Thanks again, boy.
Hey, I got us a pretty good table here, Miss Jane. All the way in the back, right next to the kitchen.
Ordinarily, we do not admit people in costume, but as reservations were made...
Here, I'll get that.
Would Madame care for a cocktail?
If she decides on chicken, she gets the whole bird.
Your pardon?
We'll be ordering a la carte.
Very well.
Hold it. Bring her a double helping of alley carts if she wants. Me, I'm having baked hog livers.
We have no baked hog livers.
All right, then deep fry them in possum fat.
Jethro, they don't have any here.
What about beaver tail? Possum shanks? Goat gizzards? Buzzard eggs? And you ain't got no hog livers.
No hog livers.
Thought you said this was a high-class restaurant.
Oh, Jethro, it is. As a matter of fact, they have excellent pâté de foie gras. That's goose livers.
Goose livers? Yeah! How come people eat such things?
We'll be ordering later, and forget about the hog livers.
I wish I could, but you're the second party tonight. That's all of them.
Sure was lucky getting right next to him. They didn't even recognize. Why should they? We look like the average Beverly Hills couple.
Jethro proposed to Miss Jane yet?
Can't hear through the static.
Is something wrong?
Yeah. It seems I was supposed to ask you something tonight, but I've been so hungry I can't remember what it was.
Doggone, I should have never given this job to old Super Gullet. Propose to her, you big dope!
Miss Jane, has your conscience ever talked to you?
Of course, many times.
Well, what's it like?
Oh, a little voice in your head talking to you?
Well, does it by any chance sound like Granny?
Oh, no, dear boy.
Good. I thought I was hearing things. That's never happened to me before. Knock on wood.
Jethro!
Oh, there goes that voice again. Sure you didn't hear nothing, Miss Jane?
No, lean back and relax. You're probably imagining it.
Yeah, I got an awful strong imagination. I got an awful strong imagination, but it's the first time I ever had a kick to it.
Jethro, that came from the next booth.
Hey, excuse me, mister. Well, howdy there, beautiful.
Allie?
Really?
Jethro.
Oh, just somebody admiring my tie. But they reminded me what I wanted to ask you.
And what is that, dear boy?
Miss Jane, will you marry me?
Jethro. Sweet, innocent Jethro. How could I refuse that plaintive face? How could I say no?
Oh, there's any number of ways. No, nix, never, absolutely not, or just shake your head no.
Jethro, so used to being rebuffed, turned away, scorned, but not from me. For once you shall hear what your heart has been longing to hear. Yes.
Yeah.
You have been rejected for the last time. I shall make the sacrifice. My answer is yes, yes, yes!
No, no, no! Really?
She said yes. Wait till Paul finds out about this. You can wait if you want to. By sunup, I'm going to be across the state line.
If you'd seen how pathetic he looked, you'd have said yes, too.
Oh, well, it's done now. Now, let's see. You'll want someplace that's really nice for your bridal shower. How about here at the bank in the vault? All right. We'll go out someplace. The parking lot. I want to do it. All I ask is that you give me any duplicate gift.
No, it was a mistake. I was caught up in a moment of compassion. I can't marry Jethro.
But he proposed and you accepted. If you back out now, you'll be damaging a sacred institution.
Marriage.
I mean the Commerce Bank. You know how the Clampetts feel about honor and duty. Why, you might alienate my biggest depositor.
To you, this marriage is only a matter of dollars and cents.
No, it's more than that. It's millions of dollars, millions of cents.
For Mr. Clampett's money, you would sacrifice two people to lives of certain unhappiness.
Now try me on a hard one.
Well, Jethro means too much to me. We're totally unsuited to one another. In the first place, I'm several months older than he is.
Well, at least you could give matrimony a try. Look what it's done for me. Well, let's forget that. Think of the romance of marriage. A joint checking account. Savings in income tax.
I won't let Jethro pay a lifetime for his One moment of mad infatuation. I'll think of a way out of this. Please watch the phones.
Me either.
Watch them. Don't answer them.
Oh, here you are. What you doing?
Just trying to figure out the best way to commit suicide.
Glad you ain't rushing into it.
About decided I'm going to take an overdose of food and eat myself to death.
That's a fitting way to go. With your stomach, I ain't sure it's possible.
Quit trying to cheer me up, Uncle Jed. I'm just desperate about having to marry Miss Jane.
I know, boy, but you're honor brown. It's a cold of the hills.
Hey, maybe we could find a loophole, huh?
One thing could save you is if Miss Jane changes her mind. Women has been known to do that.
Back chains. You think she's going to give up the prize catch of the century now that she's bagged me?
I suppose not. Being one of them Vassar girls, she's probably mighty impressed with his sixth-grade education.
Forget my brain. What about the way I look?
Well, I wouldn't count on that stopping her. It ain't up to now. Well, what I meant was...
I know what you meant. Boy, the way I get insulted around here, marriage is looking better and better. But it still looks off.
Yeah, don't give up, boy. Granny's been in the kitchen ever since I brung her home. She's making up a anti-love potion for you.
She better do something. It was her that got me into this.
Now, your stomach had something to do with it, too. I could have stopped you myself, for that matter, but...
All right, Jethro, you're saved. Ellie will be right along with my anti-love potion X4.
What's that?
It's a charm I never dared try before. Marked emergency use only.
Granny, you look plumb tuckered out.
Making X4 really took a lot out of me, Jed. But if you wear it around your neck, it's guaranteed to break up anything from puppy love to passionate romance.
What's that horrible smell?
That's plumb off.
What is it?
Anti-love potion X4. Wear that around your neck, Jethro, and it'll not only rid you of all unwanted sweethearts and fiancés, but it will kill any flying insect within 100 yards.
Any human being within 10.
I'd marry Cousin Bessie before I'd wear that thing.
You'd have to. She wouldn't go near you after.
You and Jethro take anti-love potion X4 out and bury it.
No,
In
Jed.
a deep hole.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And stop on the ground hard before you put it in so the gophers can get away.
A lot of work went into that potion, Jed.
Yeah, I hate to think of what else.
Well, it was the strongest charm in my book. There's nothing left for me to make.
Well, yeah, there is. A wedding cake.
Yes, you're right. He proposed and she accepted. It's the code of the hills.
Only thing I could say is stronger would be a shotgun.
He can use my old engagement ring. It wasn't expensive, but it's got a lot of sentimental value.
Yeah, that's the one your husband carved out of a marrow-bone. Must be a lot of memories attached to it.
Uh-huh. A little bristle, too.
Well, there won't be by the time Jethro gets it to the bank. I'll go call Miss Jane and tell her he's coming.
I'm back. Any messages?
Hello.
Wonderful.
Miss Hathaway, Mr. Clampett called. Your fiancé is coming by with your engagement ring.
Jethro will have to keep his diamond. I have decided to come right out and tell him I cannot marry him.
No. You can't hurt a person like that.
It's better that Jethro suffer the agony now than to live with this dream even a day longer.
I'm talking about hurting me. What if we lose the Clampett account?
But I feel that honesty is the best policy.
What kind of crazy nonsense is that? I'm going to stop Jethro.
Howdy, Miss Jane. I got an engagement ring for you, but hope you won't mind my tooth marks on it.
Jethro, my lovesick Lothario, I have bad news for you. I cannot marry you.
What?
Your heart must hurt, but the pain will... Yes, you must try to forget me. Try.
Hot dog of a free man! Free!
Hello.
Mielsa!
9
Mr. Clammett said Jethro's already left.
He's out there. Oh, I just told him. I hope he's able to forget. He must try. Look at him suffering, trying to forget. That's right, my brave boy. Try to forget. Try.
Here, boy. Show yourself, boy. Come on. Come on out, wherever you are. Wherever you hiding.
Hey, Granny, what's she doing?
I'm looking for Jethro. I ain't seen him since he left Miss Jane last night for that concert.
Me neither. What's in the pan?
That's my hog jowls Melba. The smell of this has been known to bring that boy running from 100 yards. It don't seem to be working this morning.
Well, maybe Pa knows where Jethro is. He's upstairs trying on a shirt I made for him.
It's on, Ellie.
Can you believe that I made that all by myself?
Yeah. No.
Well, I did, except Cousin Bessie helped me with the detail work.
I really like my shirt, honey. Thank you.
Well, it looks a little snug, Pa. How does it feel?
Oh, I think it'll be okay. I won't be able to tell until the blood starts flowing again.
You better loosen the seams, Ellie. Your paw's eyeball on one side is bugging out a little.
What? I don't want to redo it. Bessie and me'll just run him up a whole new shirt.
Well, that ain't necessary.
Oh, it's no trouble. You won't believe it, but it only takes us 5 or 10 minutes.
Granny, are you wearing perfume this morning?
That's my hog jowls Melba. I put a little of the gravy behind my ears.
Ain't that kind of risky? Jethro smells it. He's liable to chomp first and ask questions later.
Maybe, but so far I ain't been able to draw him out with that whole pan full.
Well, don't get impatient. Be a few minutes before he smells it all the way downtown.
Downtown? He went downtown without doing his chores?
Yeah, something about being at the music store when it opened.
He'll get music. I'll treat his rear to a hot little rhythm with my hickory switch.
Mighty excited. Left without eating his regular breakfast. Just gulped down about 20 boxes of cornflakes.
20 boxes of cornflakes is his regular breakfast.
Yeah, but he usually eats them in a bowl with milk.
May I come in?
Howdy, Miss Jane.
I'll be right back. I want to change.
Whatever happened to that shirt?
Ellie. Oh. Come on, grab some coffee.
Oh, I can't, Granny. I'm on my way to work. But I had to stop by and tell you about the concert I took Jethro to last night.
Nice, was it?
Granny, that Sebastian Stromboli is an absolute virtuoso.
I thought he was a fiddle player.
He's a concert violinist. And you should have seen Jethro's reaction to the music. I think I have finally discovered his true interest.
Where you been? You've seen him around food before.
I mean music. On the way home, all he could talk about was playing the violin like Sebastian Stromboli.
I'm for putting anything in his hands that takes the place of a knife and fork. Jed, put a robe over that nightgown.
This is the new shirt Ellie made me. Tried tucking it in, but there wasn't room in my britches.
He sure didn't inherit my talent. It's a good thing she got my look.
So speaking of talent, I just stopped by to recommend that Jethro take violin lessons.
Say, that must have been what he was asking me when he was crunching his cornflakes this morning.
Well, I hope so. A familiarity with classical music can be most rewarding.
Yeah, them fellas that fiddled for the barn dance was always looked up to.
Granny, I was referring to the music of Brahms, Bach, Beethoven.
I never danced to that one, but it sounded like a real toe tapper.
Yes. But now, getting back to Jethro's violin lessons.
Sound like a dandy idea.
Well, wonderful. I'll try to find the very best violin teacher for him.
What about that goomer that you went to hear last night?
Granny, Sebastian Stromboli is one of the world's great violin players. He gets $10,000 just to appear for an hour.
That sounds a mite steep for a violin teacher, but we want the best, so you go get him.
Mr. Clammett, you'd understand. He wouldn't teach Jethro.
Something wrong with Jethro?
Other than what we already know about.
No, it's just that,
Well, then, why don't you just ask this Stromboli fella?
There can't do any harm.
Worst he can say is, folks, I'd rather not.
I can't quite imagine Sebastian Stromboli saying that.
Can I? He'd probably be tickled to teach Jethro.
Mr. Clampett, you don't...
I'll tell you what. If he won't do it for $10,000 an hour, you keep upping the price till you break him down.
All right, but I'm afraid the only person who will break down will be Mr. Drysdale. Here we are, Chief. And please stop snarling.
That's not a snarl. It's a cry of pain. Do you know what it's going to cost to hire this bull pusher, Spumoni?
Stromboli, and don't worry, he's so far above giving violin lessons, he'll be insulted no matter what we offer.
You must be kidding.
There are some things money cannot buy.
If that's your idea of a joke, you picked a very bad time for it.
Oh, maestro, thank you. That was beautiful. You made the violin come alive in your hand.
I've just heard Stromboli play. The man's an absolute genius, unbelievable, fantastic, magnificent, and I'm overcome, without doubt. The greatest violinist of all time is Sebastian Stromboli.
I'd like to meet him. I'm Melvin Drysdale.
Oh, you are meeting him. I'm Sebastian Stromboli. No handshaking, please. One over-exuberant admirer, and the music of the gods would be stilled forever.
Maestro, it's such a thrill to meet you.
Yes, I know how you must feel.
Well, I'll come right to the point, Mrs. Stromboli. I want you to give beginning violin lessons to a young man I know.
My ears are still intoxicated with my music. They're playing tricks. You couldn't have said beginning violin lessons.
That's right. I'm offering $10,000.
My ears have been slapped in the face.
All right. 15,000.
You insult Stromboli.
Oh, no, Maestro.
20,000. That's my final offer.
So, you think for a paltry $20,000 you can hire the greatest violinist in all the world to teach some oaf beginning violin lessons?
Of course not, Maestro.
Well, you can.
What?
Yes, I may be a genius, funny looking, play the violin, but that doesn't make me a nut.
Jethro, that is a cello. You rested on the floor to play it.
On the floor?
That's what the point is for.
Oh, I was wondering about that thing. Every time I put it up underneath my chin to play, I speared my atoms out.
You realize it was too large to play that way?
This ain't bad. What's real work is holding up that overgrown fiddle yonder.
Jethro, that is a bass viol. You don't play that under your chin either.
I say you don't.
Why are you trying out all these other instruments? I thought you wanted to become another Sebastian Stromboli.
I do. But I figured if he can be such a hit playing that itty-bitty violin, I'll be twice as popular with the girls playing one that's bigger.
Good. I thought you enjoyed the music at the concert.
Oh, it was wonderful. Put me to sleep just like that. The best part was when I woke up.
At what part of the performance?
The end. When everybody was clapping. That's when these pretty girls come up and give old Stromboli a bouquet of roses and a big kiss.
You mean that's all you got out of the concert?
I didn't even get that. Stromboli did.
And I thought you had a serious interest in music.
I do. What a way to meet girls.
Oh, dear. And we are paying all that money so the great Sebastian Stromboli can teach you the violin.
Well, I sure hope he gets here soon. I want to learn how by supper, so as I can have a concert in time to get me a date for the weekend.
You made a terrible mistake.
Don't worry, Miss Jane. If he ain't that good a teacher, there's one violin here that I'm already pretty good at playing.
There is?
Yeah. Puny little thing. It's got a real nice tone.
Howdy, I'm Jed Clamp.
Oh, I'm Stromboli.
Pleased to meet you.
No one has shaken Stromboli's hand in 20 years.
Oh, you poor man.
What have you done?
Well, just set your heart at rest. You found friends. Let me carry it.
No, I'll carry that. It contains my Stradivarius.
What would you fiddle?
The Stradivarius is a very old, handmade violin.
Oh, well, don't you worry. With what I'm paying you, you'll be able to buy a good one.
Where is Miss Hathaway? She was supposed to meet me here.
She's inside, but before you go, Granny wanted me to make sure that the first song you taught Jethro was Redneck Romance.
I play the music of only the immortal composers.
Well, you ought to know this one. It was wrote by Stumpy Peckinpah. Remember? You just strum the git box.
I've never heard of the song Stumpy Peckinpaw or the Git Box.
Oh, well, I'm sure Granny would settle for you teaching Jethro, you got a hog jaw where your heart ought to be.
To my great good fortune, I've never heard that one either.
Oh, sure you have. Why don't I hum it for you?
Please.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Clyde, but I should like to speak to the maestro alone.
All right, but first I want you to meet Mr. Stromboli.
I am the maestro, and we have man.
All right, I'll leave you. Take it easy with him. For some reason, he seems a mite fratchy.
Maestro, I think we must forget about your teaching Jethro the violin.
No, why?
Well, I have been talking to him, and his attitude towards music is all wrong.
Oh, that's bad. With me, attitude is very important.
I knew that once you heard, you would no longer want to honor your contract.
Oh, yes, attitude is very important. However, it's not so important as the money I get.
But you have never met anyone like Jethro.
I've met Mr. Clanford.
Oh, but Jethro is nothing like him.
Good.
I don't understand it. You are one of the world's greatest violinists.
The greatest.
You're willing to corrupt your art, squander your talent for mere money.
Oh, it's more than mere money. It is alimony payments. I have 6 ex-wives.
About the principle involved.
The only one I know is you miss a payment, you go to jail.
Ed, is the fiddle teacher here yet?
Yeah, he's out front, but we may have wasted our money.
What you mean?
Well, I asked him to teach Jethro redneck romance. He said he didn't know it.
You're greening me. Why, it's #1 back home.
And I told him you'd be just as happy if he'd learned the boy there's a hog jaw where your heart ought to be.
That was sweet of you, Jed. When my husband and me was courting, that was our song.
I know. Then this Sebastian Stromboli told me he'd never heard of that neither.
Huh?
I can understand a fella not keeping up with all the new hits.
But we're talking about there's a hog jowl where your heart ought to be.
I know. It's a standard.
That song's responsible for more weddings than the shotgun.
If he don't know redneck or there's a hog jaw, I wonder what he plays at his concert.
Can't be an all-request program.
He's out front there now teaching Jethro. I wonder if he'd mind if we listened in.
Not if he don't know we're doing it.
Hey, I've heard that song before, but I can't figure out where. I know! That's the one you was playing at the beginning of the concert last night, right before I dozed off.
It's called tuning up, you oaf.
Hey, that is a catchy little title. Hey, what are the words?
Jethro, there are no words.
And it'll never be a hit. You can't even whistle a melody.
And I thought crickets were bad.
Maestro, if you would rather...
No. Jethro, if you study very hard and practice a great deal, perhaps one day you will know enough violin to realize that you will never play as well as I.
Nobody can dance to it, Jed.
I hope that ain't the best he can do. He's making it up as he goes along.
Sounds like it, too.
Sure has got Miss Jane bamboozled. Look at her.
Well, at least Jethro's found a way to enjoy it. Playing Cousin Clarence pickle stiff with one broke arm and holding a jug under the other and still make better dancing music than that Stromboli goomer just did.
Beautiful. The only thing that kind of rhythm is good for is stomping the mud off your boots.
And wouldn't you know, the city folks is just dippy over him.
I'd sure like to get him next to someone who could learn him how to play the violin proper.
If he could just hear old Sidearm Jackson or Catgut Calloway or Fiddlin' Sam Dingle.
I'd settle for your cousin Clarence.
I bet you would. But he He's back home just like the rest of them big-name entertainers.
There's somebody out here that can play barn dance fiddle. Mr. Flatt and Earl Scruggs ought to know.
Now, wait a minute. That Stromboli fella is supposed to be giving lessons, not taking them.
Granny, I can't turn my back on a man who needs help. Playing the violin is his livelihood. He can't go on fooling the public forever.
You mean that folks might rise up and demand something more than that made-up seesawing?
One of these days, he's going to have to play some real music.
I have to get back to the office now. Are you sure you'll be all right with Jethro?
What harm can he do while he's asleep? But don't tell me. I'll risk it anyway.
I hate to walk out on you.
Oh, I don't mind. You're the first woman to have done it who hasn't asked for alimony.
Hey, Mr. Stromboli.
Well, I see your eyes are open. Of course, with you, that's no guarantee that you're awake.
Well, sure I am. During that last part, I was playing possum.
Well, you stick with it, because I'm sure you're never going to learn to play the violin.
Oh, yes, I will. That one right back here.
Be strong, Sebastian.
Don't worry. I won't tell nobody I seen you crying during that last number.
The music I was playing made me cry.
No need to. It was dreary, but it weren't that bad.
First thing we must do is learn the parts of the violin.
Okay. Say, how much you pay for that one, huh?
$50,000.
Wow! That's got to be the slicker in all time. I only paid $16 for mine. Yours ain't no bigger than it.
Stradivarius, ignoramus.
Stradivarius ignoramus, huh? I wonder who made mine. Hey, I see a label in here. It says, made in Texas by Texans. Is this a Stradivarius ignoramus?
No, simpleton.
Oh. Well, let's see which one's got the best tone. You play your ignoramus, and I'll play my simpleton.
Anything would sound better than this conversation.
Mr. Stromboli, first you was crying, and now you're shaking. Is something upsetting you?
Now, what would there be to upset?
I don't know, but your hand's shivering like a cold dog.
Well, that's my vibrato.
Well, you ought to let Granny take a look at it. She can get rid of anything.
Did you get rid of you?
We'd like to talk to Mr. Stromboli alone.
I don't know if now's a good time. He seems a mighty peckish.
Are you Mr. Stromboli?
Whatever that is, I'm it.
How come?
Because I'm an artist.
I didn't know that. You'll have to show me your painting sometime.
Jethro, why don't you wait for us in the parlor?
Okay. Don't you worry, Mr. Stromboli. I'll be right back.
Just like radishes. Clampett, I can't teach him for any amount of money.
We was kind of expecting this. If you don't know the song...
He doesn't need a teacher, he needs a trainer.
Stop kicking yourself. Help is on the way.
And so am I. You could bring me Paganini, Heifetz, Chrysler, and Yehudi Menuhin, and I still couldn't teach that Jethro the world's great music.
No. If you're going to play Turkey in the Straw, play it right.
What's the matter, Jethro? You got an itch?
I'm practicing the violin, you dumb old lowbrow.
You better quit now. You'll never get to sound any better.
Oh, yeah? Mr. Stromboli thinks that I'm a genius.
I don't believe it.
He says that my talent is infinitesimal.
Wait. What's that I hear?
Either Jethro playing the violin or one of Ellie's cats with his tail caught in the screen door.
The piano. Never have I heard such exquisite playing. The hands on that keyboard are the hands of a god.
Come on, Bessie, you're going too fast for me.
I know she can outplay you.
Of course she can. Half the time she's using her feet, too.
No, stop the music. Where is this genius of the keyboard? Where is he?
But I'm a he. This is all girl.
No, this big ape trying to play the violin was bad enough, but now a monkey playing the piano.
It ain't that special. She can't read music.
But where is my cape? I must fly from this place.
It'd be a lot safer if you took a taxi.
Don't go. There'll be somebody here any minute to give you violin lessons. That's probably him now.
Yeah, Granny.
Good to see you. We got your fiddler Sam Dingle. There ain't no better.
He's played in the birthplace of the world's greatest music.
La Scala?
Nashville.
Now, that's the kind of music you're going to learn to play.
Ridiculous. You call that music? It's trash, rubbish.
Why, you ignorant, you idiot!
Let me give you a little tip from one fiddle player to another. You might think my music is trash and rubbish, but I make $2 million a year playing it.
$2 million?
Well, you're going to have a lot better fiddle than the one you got. Something like this.
That's 10 times what I make.
Before you know it, you'll be able to afford some decent clothes like mine.
$2 million a year?
You bet your bones. How's that go again?
Granny, I do believe he's got promise.
Okay, Dr. Granny. The ambulance is all ready to go.
That's a dandy siren. Sure beats the one I had on my buckboard back in the hills.
You had a siren back there, Granny?
Oh, sure. Our old hound dog Duke used to sit on the seat beside me and oh!
Boy, sure strange to think how crude things was then. When you see what we got now.
Good thing I got something this snazzy. After all, I'm competing with them Beverly Hills Society sawbones.
This is going to be a good thing for them city folks.
With me on that truck, there'll be a doctor within a few minutes of any automobile accident.
That's for sure. Heck, we caused most of them.
What in tarnation?
Well, I gotta find some patients, Jed. If they won't come to me, I gotta go to them. In 6 years out here, I only found one broken limb to treat.
Yeah. Yonder it is.
We can't have you running all over town, Doctor, and we need you here.
No, you don't. And it breaks my heart to think how my own family is so healthy. You don't even think enough of me to get the measles or break a finger now and then.
Well, you should have said something. Between the three of us, we might have been able to at least catch a cold for you.
That wouldn't have been enough to keep a doctor like me busy. I was ready to volunteer for the Army Medical Corps.
Yeah, but she figured she could find more people to treat just driving around on the California freeways.
I really must go now. Everyone's in my office waiting to hear the diagnosis. Goodbye, dear.
And now, we are happy to present A Journey to Misery.
Granny, you got a four-leaf clover.
Of course I got a four-leaf clover. I'm a physician, ain't I?
I want it so's I can wish Rex Goodbody luck.
Who's Rex Goodbody?
A friend of Miss Jane's. She says he finds out today whether he needs operation or not.
Friend? Well, why didn't Miss Jane send him to me?
Well, it might be on account he's a little strange. She says he's a character.
City folks are partial to city sawbones. Them scalpel-happy goomers rather cut than cure. They get paid by the stitch.
Right. Maybe that's why she says he's on a journey to misery.
Of course. City quacks living in the dark ages. I ain't found one yet that even heard of a bat-wings poultice.
Gee, maybe there's still time. Well, she said they was all at her office waiting for the diagnosis.
Then maybe there's still a chance. Ellie, go boil some water. Jethro! We got our first call! Start the siren and go ahead!
Yes, ma'am. As soon as I remember where I left my ham hock.
Start the siren!
Yes, ma'am. Remember where I left my ham hock.
Now, A Journey to Misery continues.
Tell me, Doctor. I can take it. Do I need an operation?
Gee, I hope the diagnosis is something serious.
Me too. He's been getting the examination for 3 months.
All right, what's going on here?
Today's the day we see if they're going to perform an operation on Rex Goodbody.
Well, I'm going to perform an operation on a few secretaries, like cutting off their salaries.
We're on a lunch hour.
I told you all spare lunch hour time is to be donated to a worthy cause.
Yes, and your idea of one is soliciting new depositors door to door.
That's more constructive than watching this moronic soap opera drivel. It's nothing but ridiculous, mind-paralyzing bunk. Now go and tell all the employees less shirk and more work. Scott, the distractions one has to put up with as a bank president. I completely forgot today is the day Rex Goodbody finds out if he needs an operation.
Say it, Doctor. What did the x-rays show?
At least I'm not too late.
Well, here I am. Where's the patient?
Help me, Doctor. This is your friend Rex.
Keep talking, Rex. I'll find you.
Hey, here he is, Granny. On his little TV.
Very well, Rex. As you know, I've given you a complete examination.
I'll bet this is one of them scientific programs where they show a real live operation on a fella from start to finish.
They have them?
Just listen.
I'm afraid you're a very sick man.
No, he ain't sick, you city quack.
The x-ray pictures show it very clearly. Here's one I took last week.
What kind of a doctor can he be? Can't even take a decent snapshot. Anybody can see all he needs is a little tonic.
I'm afraid I can only offer you one slim chance, Rex. An immediate operation.
Never fails. There he goes with the operation. They don't know how to cure nothing, so right away they want to cut something out.
Tomorrow, Rex Goodbody undergoes emergency surgery. How will this affect his already half-crazed wife and 3 children, still reeling from his bankruptcy, the fire that destroyed their home, and the imprisonment of Rex's favorite brother for setting it?
After all that, having to go through an unnecessary operation.
Granny, maybe that wasn't one of them scientific programs. It might have been just a regular show.
Don't be ridiculous. You suppose folks want to watch that heartbreak and suffering for entertainment?
Guess you're right.
Here, take this down to the truck and don't let nobody know what we're doing.
That'll be easy. I don't know myself.
We're gonna find that good-body goober before he gets on the operating table tomorrow.
Well, how come we have to keep it a secret?
'Cause even after seeing what the new miracle drugs like newt eggs and wahoo bark can do, there's still folks that won't accept modern medicine.
Come in.
My usual tact and manners. The poor soul has fallen into the hands of a cut-and-tried body whittler.
What?
You know, city doctor. Operate first, examine later.
Hey, maybe the man needs operation.
No, he don't. Anyone can see all he's got is an upset stomach. Every once in a while, it would turn into a bunch of wiggly lines.
Granny, them wiggly lines was in the TV set.
Here you are. And maybe he don't even need tonicking.
This fellow's on the TV?
You should have heard that doctor blabbing about poor old Rex's no-good brother and his half-crazed wife and all.
Well, that don't hardly seem necessary.
It's betraying a patient's trust. And there's no telling what else they would have spilled if that fella hadn't interrupted them.
What fella?
The one with the tension headache, looking for the extra-strength pain reliever.
It's a commercial.
That's city doctors for you. It's not bad enough to be telling their patients secrets on TV. They've got themselves a sponsor.
Gee, you will never guess who's in my office.
Rex Goodbody.
Rex Goodbody. How did you know?
He told me he was coming by.
But why should he come here?
Well, he might want to meet the most important and knowledgeable banker in Beverly Hills. Or, on the other hand, it could be the $50 I offered him.
Offered him $50 just to stop by? What's he bringing, the keys to Fort Knox?
I did it so a fan of his could get a chance to meet him.
Oh, Chief, how sweet of you. But you didn't have to do that for me.
I know, but I did have to do it for Granny.
I lost my head for a moment. Why?
You don't know what a Rex Goodbody fan is until you've seen Granny. She's wild about him. Why, she even went up to his house to try to meet him.
Well, of course, he is a bachelor, and Very appealing.
Anybody that can keep Granny interested in staying in Beverly Hills is more than appealing. He's money in the bank. Mr. Clampett's money in my bank. Mr. Goodbody, come in, come in. Well, perhaps I should say, Mr. Lothray. You know, you portray your role of Rex Goodbody so magnificently, it's hard to think of you as someone else.
Compliments I can get from my agent. Where's the $50?
All right. But I'm not going to mince words either. You don't have much longer to live.
What?
You are not going to pull through your operation on that soap opera tomorrow.
What? Who told you?
The producer. They said they wanted something new for the show, something upbeat. So they're killing you off.
But I can't die now. I just bought a new house.
I know. I managed to acquire the mortgage.
I didn't expect to get killed off. I was looking forward to playing a hopeless cripple for a while.
Well, that's too bad. But perhaps I could help you with the mortgage if you would do me a little favor in return.
You know you've got me. What do you want?
First, my $50 back. Next, there's a sweet little old lady who's a big fan of yours. She's dying to meet you. Now, if you can just go up there and put on a little friendship act.
All right. An act's an act. At least I'll still be in show business.
We got company, so be polite. Critters is supposed to be seen and not heard.
Hello, my little chicken.
Saying hello to you, Esmeralda. You got your claw. She's probably embarrassed to take hold of your hand. She's been out scratching in the dirt.
Drysdale said to expect anything. Say, my dear, I don't suppose there's a chance that you could be Granny?
Well, heck no, I'm Ellie.
Figures the way my luck's been running. Gene Lothray.
Oh, howdy.
You may know me better as Rex Goodbody. I'm on a journey to misery.
Oh, yeah, Granny's been looking for you.
Yes, I'm looking for her, too.
Thank goodness you made it. I'll take you to her.
Fine.
But you shouldn't be walking. Just lie down in the wheelbarrow.
You're kidding. No, you're not kidding. Look, I am a good sport, but I don't know about this being moved around in a wheelbarrow.
Well, take heart, Mr. Goodbody. Things could be a lot worse.
I guess so. I could be pushing.
All right, Ellie. I got everything I need to examine Mr. Goodbody, except my muscle tone tester and my blood pressure checker.
Well, I don't know where they is.
You're holding my muscle tone tester. And my blood pressure checker is behind you on the counter.
Well, there's nothing here but your jug.
That's my blood pressure checker. I give the patient a shot and see how long it takes his nose to turn red.
Hi, Mr. Goodbody. I heard you was here. My name's Jethro.
Hello, Jethro.
Boy, is Granny happy you come. She's been wanting to get her hands on you ever since she seen you on the TV.
Oh, you mean my journey to misery.
I'll bet you're worried about the operation you're having tomorrow.
Yes, you see, I already know I'm not going to pull through.
You wouldn't have to worry if you let Granny take care of you.
No? No mortgages or anything? Tell me, she must be pretty well off.
No. Once in a while she acts a little strange, but most of the time she's just as sharp as me.
Well, we can't have everything.
I'll see what's keeping her. Granny!
I wonder, should I marry the old girl?
Granny!
That big idiot would go along with the deal. I'm selling my freedom for money. A little security. Is it worth it? Of course it is.
All right. Come on in here and let me look you over.
I'm yours to command. You shouldn't hide such a fabulous figure underneath that butcher's smock.
Beg your pardon?
You look a little like a meat cutter.
Only if all else fails. How is your wife taking all this?
My wife? Oh, you mean the one they talk about on television?
You got more than her?
No. And I'm only married to that one for 30 minutes each day. The rest of the time, I'm footloose and fancy-free.
Wonder the poor woman is half crazed.
Pardon me?
Nothing. Now, let me look you over.
All right. I hope seeing me in person isn't a disappointment.
No, you still look fine to me.
You look like $1 million to me. Several million, in fact.
Reflex is okay.
Granny, you're gorgeous.
Eyesight perfect.
Oh, is this really necessary?
Of course. I gotta make sure that you're in good health. I only seen you on TV 2 or 3 times.
All right, dear. You're the doctor.
That's right. And be sure you remember it. Oh, the curse of being a beautiful woman. I suppose you had the pucker, dapple, freebus, and skunk fever.
No.
Oh? None of the usual childhood diseases, huh? Here, I'll test your hearing. Hello! Hearing normal. Got any muscle pains here?
Not until you did that. I think I feel a drag.
Don't doubt it. You ever been through an engine raid?
It's late. I must be getting back to my network.
Network? Are you a fisherman?
You can tell by now if I'm right for you. Haven't I passed your test?
Not all of them. But you're going to be okay. I wouldn't even show up for that operation tomorrow.
I won't. Who needs it? Ah, Granny, you and I will have a beautiful life together.
Put me down, you Hollywood wolf. Maybe you can forget your poor half-crazed wife and 3 young'uns, but I can't. You ought to be ashamed ignoring them and carousing around making passes at beautiful women. I know I'm a temptation, but you gotta be strong.
But Granny, sweetheart.
Don't call me that. Now you get out of here before I forget I'm a lady. Daisy, you still got it.
Where are you going today, Granny?
Out cruising the freeways looking for broken bodies. Jethro, turn off that TV. Let's get going.
You never told me what happened when you saw Mr. Goodbody yesterday.
I'd rather not talk about it, Jed. His health was all right, but, oh, his character was in miserable shape.
Hey, Granny, come quick. That Goodbody's fella's having his operation anyway, right on the TV.
That blamed fool. I told him he didn't need one.
Maybe he's just awful anxious to get into show business.
All right, Rex. We're almost ready to operate.
Look after my wife and kids, Doc.
You two-face, I know how you really feel about him. Heal that he is. Even he don't deserve a needless operation.
We better rescue him.
But where is he?
But they'll know at the TV station.
Come on, let's go. There's no time to lose. No time to stop. This is a medical emergency.
Now, we rejoin a journey to misery.
All right. Anesthesia.
Gee, Mr. Drysdale, it's sure nice of you to let us watch Journey to Misery in your office.
My pleasure, girls.
Hey, wait a minute.
Somebody didn't pay the 10 cents admission.
Helpful, nurse.
Hold it! Drop that scalpel. That man don't need an operation. You're all a bunch of quacks.
It's the Hillbillies. I'll be ruined.
Can't do this. We're on the air.
You ain't only bad doctors, you're sissies besides. Kid, he's wearing makeup.
Of course we are. This is a journey to misery.
Well, if you don't mind, Rex Goodbody's going to our house instead. Move him out, Jethro.
I'm up.
Come on, Jethro, get him out.
Hold on, boy.
Help! Help! Come back here. Stop what you're doing. Help! Help!
I'll go right up and straighten this out, Chief. You don't have a thing to worry about.
That's what you think. I just swallowed 50 cents in change.
Film
You're next, Dorney. That's enough, Princeton Archibald. I'll get to right and comb your hair. Oh, I'm Paul.
Ellie, are you washing your critters in the cement pond?
Well, I have to, Paul. Granny blows tack the last time I used her bathtub.
But I don't blame her. You should have waited till she climbed out.
No.
Besides, you hadn't ought to use the pond anyway. You know how Granny's lye soap eats the cement?
But it's the only place where I can wash all my critters and not have to keep changing the wash water.
Well, you could use a wash tub for your critter cleaning.
Well, but that takes too long. Well, I've been at this for hours already. And you can see Archibald there. Well, I'm still on the A's.
Honey, it just might be you got too many critters. You got over 40 dogs, a scad and a half of cats, rabbits, goats, assorted critters wandering around the place. Beginning to look like the waiting room for the Ark.
Well, don't make me give none away, Paul. Come on, Archibald. Don't shake, Archibald. Archibald holds an awful lot of water.
You don't say.
Well, why don't you do what my dogs do? Give yourself a good shake and lay down in the sun.
Thank you, honey, but there ain't gonna be time. Granny's just about ready to call victuals.
She is, but none of these critters is out yet. Why, they's liable to think Granny's calling them.
Joy, down there by heart. Down there. I always wanted to try one of these fiddle bells. Come and get it, family! Don't bother about me. Go after our cattle.
Granny, we ain't got no cattle.
I know. The rustlers just stampeded off all 3,000 head.
It was Ellie's dogs on the way to the kitchen.
They may have been Ellie's dogs going in, but there's going to be hot dogs coming out.
Granny, that's man's best friend.
Maybe so. But they sure got it in for us old women.
I don't want to see you getting upset again. You wait here while we go and check and see there's no dogs in your kitchen.
Well, if they is, they's going to be wearing buns, mustard, and relish.
At least there ain't no dogs in here.
You can thank me for that. I thought fast and got him into the storage room yonder.
Good thinking, Jethro. How'd you do it?
I just used my head. Went in there and hollered, "Vittles, dogs! Come get vittles!"
Ready to get out of their way.
Looks like she made it, Paul. I don't see nothing out there but dogs.
Dogs and that old sack of flour they's jumping over.
That old sack of flour is your granny.
That cares you, kid. Them four-legged flea farmers run over me without so much as a by your leave.
Looks like you've been knocked clean out of your boots.
Keep laughing or you're going to look that way, too.
They must have got carried off in a rush. Well, where's your glasses?
I don't know. I can't find them without my glasses.
Don't be angry, Granny. Look, Calvin found your boots.
And it's a good thing he did.
And here comes Letitia with your glasses. Wasn't that sweet of her to bring him back to you?
No, it probably wasn't her prescription.
Granny, promise you my critters won't bother you no more.
You're dang tootin' they won't. Either they hit the road or I do.
Paul.
I'm sorry, honey. I'm afraid her mind is made up.
Okay, Granny, but we sure gonna miss you.
I ain't going nowhere. And by tomorrow morning, the only fur left around here better be on my imitation possum stove.
Now, Ilsa, I don't care if Mr. Drysdale did hire you. If you're going to keep on working here at the bank, you're going to have to learn to speak English instead of German.
Yes.
Well, that's better. However, when being approached by male employees, you must remember an even more important word. No.
No. Yes.
On second thought, just stick to sign language. A good slap in the face.
Miss Hathaway.
Oh, now here comes Mr. Drysdale. Practice the greeting I taught you.
Mr. Morning, good Drysdale.
Still having trouble with English, eh? Well, perhaps a little private tutoring.
I'll take care of it, Chief.
Yes. Well, my wife's coming by this morning with one of her paranoid poodles. When she gets here, tell her I'm in conference for the next month.
Milburn! I saw you, Milburn.
How do you do, Mrs. Drysdale? Claude?
Milburn, come out from where you're hiding. You know Claude senses every nuance of your rejection of him. All right. I see you. Milburn, come out of there. You look like a sniper.
Don't give me any ideas.
Milburn, how dare you threaten Claude just after he's been clipped?
I'm the one who's been clipped. $35, he looks worse than when he went in.
His hair's still in rollers. Claude just doesn't have the patience to sit under the dryer.
Now, you quit wasting my money on beauty shops for this mutt. He already wears more makeup than you do.
Milburn, stop it. I will not have your sharp tongue undoing Claude's 3 years of psychoanalysis.
Then get him out of here.
Oh, how can you speak that way to your own dog? I think the only creature you care for is that Clampett animal.
I like Duke.
I was talking about Jed.
I'm busy.
Oh, you bourgeois merchant. A haircut always depresses Claude, and I brought him here for a pick-me-up.
I'll give him one. I'll pick him up and throw him right out.
You have insulted your child for the last time.
For the last time, he is not my child. He's not even my dog.
Very well. We'll see how your love for animals springs up when I tell the city dog catcher how many unlicensed dogs there are at the Clampetts.
Oh, Margaret, no.
And I hope he has room in his trunk for Granny.
Oh, please, Margaret.
Claude, don't waste your breath apologizing to us. We have neither the desire to listen nor the time. Claude is late for his dancing lesson.
Ellie, what have you been doing?
Oh, painting signs to give away my dogs.
Well, I hope you got as much paint on the signs as you did on yourself.
Oh, yes, sir. They's all done and up out in front.
Good. And you put on each one, free dogs to good home?
Oh, yes, sir. That's on 2 of them. Of course, I can't help it if the signs don't do no good and nobody comes.
Oh, somebody will come. I best go check them.
Oh, well, the weather's getting kind of cool out there, Pa. I'd best let you know when it's warm enough to go out.
And when do you suppose that might be?
Next summer?
Better look at these signs before Granny sees them.
Well, Pa, if that's all you trust me, it's going to hurt my confidence.
Better that gets hurt than Granny takes after you. At least with a hurt confidence, you can still sit down. Where's the sign?
Well, there's one. Can't you see it?
Ellie, the only way anybody could read that from the car is if they drove right through the front door. And it ain't only too small. It don't spell nothing. The letters is all backwards.
Well, they ain't if when you hold them up to a mirror.
All right, Ellie, I'll put up the signs. You and Jethro drive down to the pet shop and see can they take some of your dogs.
Oh, Pa.
Now go on and don't you worry. Whilst you're gone, I'll try talking Granny into letting them stay.
Do you think you can?
Maybe, but it's going to be harder than giving a bath to a bobcat. Oh, Granny, nice to see you in such a good mood. Well, anyway, I'd like to have another little talk with you about the critters.
I've said all I'm gonna. And that is, if they is here tomorrow, I won't be.
Well, now, you're forgetting the nice things about them.
I never knew none. If they ain't underfoot, they sleeping. If they ain't sleeping, they's eating.
They sound a little like Jethro, don't they?
I have to put up with it from him. He's family. But I don't from critters. Ah! There's one now.
I believe he's helping you with your dusting.
I don't need no help with my housework. Besides, he's doing a sloppy job.
Look yonder. He's mopping your floor.
Yeah, and chewing up my best mop.
They're showing you they love you and want to ease your burden.
If they want to ease my burden, they can ease themselves right out the door. And it goes for raccoons, too.
He's helping you pick up.
You're wasting your time, you furry little hot-smoking sassafras. What's that?
We love you, Granny. Granny is dog's best friend. Now what do you say?
All right, I'll give them one more chance. The critters can stay.
Granny, you got a soft heart.
Yeah, and a head to match.
You'll be glad you changed your mind.
Oh, I am already. I think I'm going to cook up a special treat for all them darling little varmints.
I'm getting kind of hungry myself.
I'm going to fry up some fish heads and throw in some goat tripe and some gopher.
I can hardly wait to dig in.
That's what I'm giving the dogs. I'll fetch you a piece of cake.
Ellie, when did you and Jethro get back from the pet store?
Oh, a little bit ago. Why, he's waiting on the truck around the corner.
Run out of gas?
Oh, no, sir. Hey, did Granny fall for my critters' tricks and my signs and all?
Oh, well, I'm relieved to know it was you who was behind this. I'd hate to think it was your monkey Bessie that thought it all up.
Oh, no, sir, I thought it up. She just painted the sign.
Well, yeah, your granny melted like a snowball on a hot griddle.
You mean all my critters can stay? Well, Miranda and Esmeralda and Aubrey and Elma and Letitia and Forley and Lori and Natalie.
Ellie, you go enjoy them. By the time you're all through naming them, Granny may have kicked them out again.
Ellie, I'm tired of waiting.
Why didn't you come in with Ellie?
Well, you explain, Jethro. I gotta go tell Bessie that Granny ain't mad no more.
No wonder Ellie wanted you to wait. Any more of her dogs around the truck and folks would think it was a butcher wagon.
Yeah, driving home from the pet shop, I pretty near got licked to death.
Wait a minute. I see some strange faces. Are you sure these are all the same dogs you left here with?
Heck no. We left here with none.
None?
Yeah, these is all new ones Ellie bought at the pet shop. Said she couldn't stand to see them in cages.
Good thing Granny's got over her mad about critters.
Down in my heart. Down in my heart. Jed, come get your cake.
Wait, he didn't mean you. Stop. Hold it. Granny.
Mark my words. If I find one critter still around here by sundown, I'm gonna make a rug out of him.
I don't think Granny's over her mad yet.
Good thinking, boy. Now I know what they mean about a place going to the dog.
Mr. Drysdale, Miss Jane. Oh, hi there, Fifi.
Hello, May.
What is it, Ellie?
Oh, Jethro just dropped me off. We've been driving around looking for a nice place away from the house to keep my dogs.
Well, that's a good idea, Ellie.
Yeah, but we ain't having no luck.
Well, did you try a boarding kennel?
Oh, I couldn't lock 'em up nowhere.
I'm afraid that's the only place you're going to find.
Well, unless you want to keep them here in my office.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Drysdale.
Do something.
You mean tell her to get the dogs out of the bank?
Of course not. Mrs. Clampett's money might go with them.
What can I do? You extended the invitation.
First of all, get Fifi out of here. Claude will go mad if he finds a strange dog's hair on her coat. Now, wait a minute, Ellie.
Oh, Ilsa, good. I want you to take a dog for a walk. Do you understand? I meant Fifi. Just walk her up and down in front of the bank until I take her for her clipping. Understand?
No.
I'll be right back, Chief.
And hurry! At least you can let me have my own chair. Forget it. I'll just sit on the floor.
Howdy, Elsa.
73 million.
Thank you. It must be true about clothes making the man. Put on a new shirt this morning, and already I'm causing a stir.
Ich verstehe nicht.
Say, your English is getting real good.
No.
I come by to pick up Ellie, but what about you and me going for a ride first, huh?
Oh, no. Wait, hour 1. Clip Fifi.
An hour to give a dog a haircut? I seen how they do that in the pet shop. Come on.
Howdy, Mr. Drysdale, Miss Jane. What you doing down here doing business hours?
Mr. Clampett, Granny, the Commerce Bank is now in chaos.
Oh, you opened up a new branch, huh?
Congratulations.
You don't quite understand. Mr. Drysdale means that Ellie's bringing her dogs to the bank is causing a bit of trouble.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, no. Don't be offended. We'll make room for the little darling. I'll put Miss Hathaway's desk out in the parking lot.
Oh, no, I mean, I'm sorry. Ellie brought the animals down there. She was supposed to find a place to board them.
I'll board her when she gets back.
Well, I can appreciate Ellie's not wanting to have the dogs locked up.
Well, I couldn't stand for them to be put in a pound someplace like that neither. But if they can't stay here, and she won't find a place to board them, well, then I reckon we got to give them away.
Mr. Clampett, look what Jethro did to my Fifi.
I'd be happy to, ma'am, but I don't even know what your Fifi is.
This is Fifi, you clod. Look at the way Jethro clipped her.
I'm sorry, Miss Drysdale. Looks like the boy cuts hair the way he cuts meat.
What do you mean? Jethro is a genius. Fifi is the first dog in her block to have a psychedelic hairdo.
Speaking of hair, I think you flipped your wig.
Oh, you. Just wait until you see your electric razor.
What?
Jethro used it on Fifi, the new one on your desk.
Oh, she must mean the shaver the Bankers Association gave you for being Fleecer of the Year?
It's time for Fifi's sauna bath. Do thank Jethro again for me.
Margaret, a sauna bath?
Later, Milburn. I must be off.
She's off, all right. I just hope she's not dangerous.
Well, now the only critter problem you have is with Granny.
Don't worry. I reckon there's enough problem there for everybody. Ready? For the last time, why don't you let the critter stay another week? It won't be no skin off your nose.
I ain't taking no chances. I've already lost enough skin to him. And not off my nose, neither.
I declare, it's easier to change the weather than your mind.
Ellie got the dogs ready?
Yeah, Jethro's got the sign out front, too.
Good.
Oh, what you bought? Don't go stepping in the mud. Bye now, my little friend. Now, don't y'all forget to ride.
Ellie, I wouldn't count on that last.
Just a paw print on a Christmas card.
Okay, I got the sign up. Free dogs to good homes.
Did you paint a big one?
Yes, ma'am. 8 by 12 feet. I used one of the garage doors.
We can put it back. Can you see it from the street?
Oh, yes, sir. It's real close to the street. As a matter of fact, it's blocking the street. Leastways it was.
Hey, Granny, they's all ready to go.
Hey, how about me giving Archibald a haircut? We don't want people to think he's a hippie.
Get it, boy. We seen a sample of your work.
Which one you want to give away first, Granny?
I don't know.
Look 'em over.
No, I can't do it. I can't let him go. They're as much a part of our family as you and Jethro.
Oh, thank you, Granny.
Speaking of Jethro, where is he?
Hey, where's Archibald? Come here, Archibald. You can stay.
He's coming. I just give him a little trim. Come on, Archibald. This was what was under all that hair.
Archibald! You're bald! Oh, I'm gonna get you!
No, wait, Granny, Granny!
All gets lifted. Yes, I predict. Go on. I predict. Doggone it!
You're wasting your time, Jethro. That ain't no crystal ball, and you can't see the future in it.
Could if a blasted goldfish would get out of the way.
You've got rocks in your head. I say nobody can read fortune.
Well, you sure can't. You can't even read the paper very good.
That's lucky for you, I'm a lady.
Wait till my real crystal ball gets here. I'll show you I can predict things, you dumb old turkey brain.
Well, I predict something right now. You're going to get hit so hard, you're going to have a 6-foot neck.
Oh,
Yeah!
What's going on here? Well, you know that genuine simulated plastic crystal ball I sent for a couple weeks ago? Well, Ellie says that even when that gets here, I won't be able to see the future in it.
There's just one way to find out. Go get it off the hall table.
It come? Hot dog! Look out, Granny!
Here's us, Granny. Oh!
Young'un, stay on your own side of the hall.
You all right, Granny?
Of course I'm all right. Who's that fella sitting at the table with you?
I think you better sit down until your eyeballs stop spinning.
Where was they going in such a hurry? It's the first time Jethro ever run that fast away from the kitchen.
He sent for a fortune teller's crystal ball in the mail and it came today.
How can Jethro see the future? Most of the time, he ain't sure where he's been.
Well, if one accounts for anything, he's going to see it in widescreen and color.
Funny thing, though. Here lately, I've had a notion that old Lottie Pulver back home is going to birth a set of twins.
Huh? Well, Pulver's been married for 30 years without having a young'un. Even their rabbits don't breed.
I know it's silly, but I even seen what she's going to name them. Luther and Alice.
Uh-huh. Where'd you see all this, in the bottom of your jug?
It's here! It's here! My genuine plastic simulated crystal ball come from Swami Herman.
That's the paper from back home, Ellie?
Yes, ma'am. It's the Bug Tussle Times Tribune Journal and World Report.
Well, let me read the headlines. I want to see how many folks come to church last Sunday. Great Golly Woggle Dixman Jug! Saints alive in both my jugs!
What's that granny off? Something you read in the paper?
Well, there's nothing that odd popping in here. Well, even the headlines is just, Lottie Pulver has twins.
See, I got the power. There's no other way that I would have known that Lottie was going to have twins 4 days ago. A boy named Luther and a girl named Alice.
Granny, somebody probably told you.
I couldn't have known she was expecting. I ain't had a letter from home in months. I predicted it, right out of the blue.
There must be a reason.
Of course there's a reason. I'm a seer. You know what they say about the seventh daughter of the seventh daughter?
Yeah, but you ain't one.
That's probably why it took so long for the power to show up.
All right, I'm not going to spoil your fun.
What fun? I'm a doctor, not a fortune teller. You give me my bat wings and my newt eggs and my spider webs. I don't want nothing to do with this black magic.
Just forget it.
I can't. It's a gift, a responsibility. I gotta use my future predicting powers for the good of all mankind.
Well, how about starting with me and predict when we's going to eat lunch? I can't even find that out from this danged old jip.
You're wearing my best bath towel.
I figured it'd help if I wore a turban like Swanee Herman.
And my favorite brooch. Don't you know that them's real diamonds and rubies cost 95 cents?
What you know, Granny? If they was real, they cost at least $3.
I got a vision. I'm seeing the future. It's you, Jethro. You're going on a journey.
Not until you fix me something to eat.
A long journey.
I don't believe in that fortune telling no more.
Jethro.
Hold on. I think I'm getting another vision. Yeah, I predict we're going to have a visitor.
You don't say. When?
Soon. Hear that? It's come true. Now wait. I'll see if I can predict who it's going to be.
You, Mr. Clampett, Granny.
It's Miss Jane.
You know.
A voice told me.
Howdy, Miss Jane.
It's you. I was right.
I don't understand.
I've been given the gift of prophecy. I predicted that you'd be you.
Granny thinks she can foresee things. She guessed some woman back home was going to have twins and what their names would be.
I did not guess. It come to me.
Well, then you're a prognosticator.
Save your insults. I didn't ask for this power.
I never believed in fortune telling.
I never believed a chicken come out of an egg, neither, till I seen it happen. Wait. I got a prediction for you, Miss Jane. You is going to be getting a raise from Mr. Drysdale.
Yes, he'll hit the ceiling when I ask for one.
He's going to hit something else. The jackpot. He's going to get a lot of money. Oops! I'm seeing another vision.
I think you've seen enough for one day.
This one's about you, Jed. You is going to settle down with a beautiful lady. She's going to raise your children and take good care of you.
Okay, Granny, that's all.
There, don't stop me while I'm hot. I'm getting another vision. This one's about Ellie. She's going to have 7 young'uns. Oh.
Granny, Alberta Bradshaw's on the phone, long distance. You can get it yonder.
Isn't she the lady from back home you call Big Mouth?
Yeah, I've been having Ellie try to reach her. You'll go get some coffee whilst I tell her about my gift.
Granny, I wouldn't spread this around.
I want everybody in Pikes County to know. That's why I'm telling Elvernie it's a secret.
All right, Granny, but tell her to get somebody to steady the ladder.
The ladder?
Yeah, first thing old Big Mouth does with a secret is climb up on her roof and holler it out.
Fiddle's ready?
I'm hungry enough to eat anything ain't moving.
Park your carcass.
Granny, Ellie said you've been moping around ever since you talked to Big Mouth Bradshaw.
Elvernie had told me about Lottie Pulver going to have twins and what they was going to be named. He called me 3 months ago. I forgot.
Well, I'm sure it's hard to remember one piece of gossip out of the flood of hogwash old Big Mouth pours out.
The worst part is that when I talked to her this morning, I started bragging up a storm about my predictive powers.
Granny, I hope you've learned your lesson about fortune telling.
I have. And the next person who mentions it is going to wish he had walked into a barn full of bobcats instead.
Is Fiddle's ready, fellow fortune teller? I've been trying to see something in this crystal ball for so long, my eyes feels permanent crossed. At least I ain't been making predictions willy-nilly like you, Granny.
Boy.
You not only said that I'd be taking a journey, but, let's see, that Ellie Mae was going to be having 7 young'uns, and then there was a prediction for Uncle Jed, and Mr. Drysdale and Miss Jane. Well, you was spitting them out like watermelon seeds. What was that noise? Somebody dropped something?
Yeah, my skin.
Well, at least your eyes are straightened out.
But this crystal ball has still got to go. Now it's done give me a headache.
Granny, remember your prediction about me going to have 7 young'uns?
We ain't talking about that no more.
Well, now Granny can be happy again, because it's come true. What? I'm a mother.
Well, Ellie, Summer must have heard about all your critters, because you sure got you some foundlings.
Oh, no, sir, I think they found out.
Jed, do you realize what this means?
Yeah, it means now we got pretty near 30 dogs on the place.
No, I'm a seer. I really predicted these, for sure.
You said Ellie was going to have 7 young'uns.
Well, they's young. And there's 7 of them.
Yeah, that's true.
I have got powers. I gotta call Miss Jane. Then I'm gonna call Big Mouth Bradshaw and get her to holler a retraction.
Chief, the strangest thing just took place at the Clampett.
At the Clampets, what else can you expect?
No, this...
Wait. Now?
They found 7 puppies on their front porch.
Miss Hathaway, I just took a tranquilizer to hear that. Do you know what they cost?
Granny predicted them.
10 cents apiece!
Listen, remember I told you Granny predicted those twins and what they'd be named? Now her prediction for Ellie has come true.
Really? Say, that's more than a coincidence. What did you say she predicted for me?
That you would get a lot of money. But I wouldn't count on it. Oh, there have been some examples of successful prognostication, however. Chief?
Works fine, Pa.
Way they're eating, they remind me of 7 little Jethros.
How's my darling little puppies doing? Are they getting enough to eat?
Well, yes, Granny. Pa made him this here contraption.
Sort of a makeshift mama.
Well, take good care of them. They's proof of my powers.
Did you tell Elverna Bradshaw about him yet, Granny?
No, her line was busy. And I don't have to be a fortune teller to know what she's talking about. Me.
Well, you get through to her. She's got to stop blabbing long enough to put some food in her mouth.
Now, Bernie, she stays on the phone and takes her meals what you call intravenously.
Should I try again, Granny?
No, I will. And wait till I tell her about me predicting them little rascals. Her tongue will be sticking out like a pump handle. Better give that little fellow on the end there some more milk.
Why, dassin', Granny, the fellow at the pet shop told me to...
Me? You mean you went out to the pet shop to get them pups to leave on the front porch?
Well, I just really wanted Granny's predictions to be right.
You're sweet, darling. But now I'm back where I started from. Wrong.
I just wanted to cheer up.
I know, Willie. Sometimes even the milk of human kindness turns sour.
Hey! Finally getting a vision in my crystal ball. It looks like Granny.
Jethro.
It talks, too. And kicks, too. Boy, that's realism.
Be a big dodo.
Oh, God, I thought I was finally seeing something. I can't make no prediction with this thing.
You're better off. If you ain't made any, you don't have to worry about them coming true.
That don't worry me. If I could just come up with a prediction, I'd make it happen.
Huh?
Who know the difference?
Nobody. But don't you go to fixing no phony fortunes.
Oh, I won't, Granny.
I'm gonna be the only phony fortune fixer in this house. Jed, wait a minute.
I thought you'd be in bed after the shock of finding out it was Ellie brung them puppies.
I'm pretty near over it.
Good. Then you won't be needing this misery chaser I brung you.
I said pertinent. There's still a thimbleful of shock hanging on.
Well, if you wasn't in shock before you swallowed that, you're going to be now.
That's the real old stuff. Been aging since yesterday.
Well, anyway, I'm glad to see that you give up fortune telling.
Yes, sir, Jed. No more predicting from me.
Good.
Leastways, not until the ones that just made come true.
Granny.
Well, I only missed 2 of them. I still have a chance with Miss Jane's raise, and Mr. Drysdale getting some money, Jethro's journey, and you getting married.
Not as much chance as a cricket in a hen house.
You sound just like Elverna Bradshaw. And by now, all of Pikes County. I think I'm an old fool, but you'll see.
I don't think you're an old fool.
Oh, yes, you do.
No, I don't.
You do, too.
I don't either.
Well, then say it.
I don't think you're an old fool.
Oh, so you ain't so sure, huh? Well, I'll show you. Them fortunes I told is gonna come true.
There's the fortune teller. You little Nostradamus. I've heard about your prediction that I'm going to get a lot of money.
It's gonna come true.
You any idea when?
Yeah? First, you gotta do me a little favor.
Oh, I'll do anything. Cheat, lie, steal.
Just give Miss Hathaway a raise.
What? I don't know. I never... All right, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll give her a 50-cent a week raise.
Ain't you being a little over-generous?
Indeed I am. And she'd better not come around 10 years from now hitting me up again.
Just so she gets it. 1 prediction down, 3 to go.
Now, about my prediction.
Oh, yeah. I said you was going to get a lot of money, and Granny is never wrong. Here's $5. That's all I got. 2 down and 2 to go.
This is all I get from the prediction of a lousy $5?
I only guarantee results, not satisfaction.
Granny, I won't take this. I was supposed to get a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. Why, back home with $5, you can buy enough land to live off of and enough moonshine to make living worthwhile.
If you want that prediction to come true, just give me the name of some good common stock.
You mean like pigs?
Business stock. One that's going to go up in price.
How do I do that?
Well, just pick one out of the stock exchange listing. With your ability to see the future, I'll make a killing.
Yeah, and I'm afraid it's going to be me.
What are you two doing eating in the dark?
Oh, this is what you call a squeegee board.
Well, I don't care. You can turn on a light to eat it.
Don't eat it. This pointer spells out the future. It's easier on the eyes than that crystal ball, and a lot faster, too.
Who says? We've been sitting here for 20 minutes now, and yet I ain't moved.
If that's paint on that table, you better move and fast.
I had to use a table, Uncle Jet. This pointer needs a flat, smooth surface.
When Granny sees that paint, she'll put that kind of a finish on the seat of your pants.
But this paint will wash right off.
Jed! Oh, Jed!
Then you better start washing. Granny.
Oh, I thought you was out back. One of my predictions come true.
Well, is that so?
Yeah, Miss Jane, she's going to get a raise. I got to go call her.
Well, don't rush off. I want to hear about it.
Well, I talked to Mr. Drysdale, and his prediction is going to come true. I told him about a business stock to buy, and he says it looks like a dandy. Jed, if you want to dance, ask me like a gentleman.
I want to hear about the stock. How's you going to make money on it?
It's simple. You buy it now, and when it goes up in price, you sell it for a profit.
Well, look. What if instead of going up in price, it goes down?
You can do that?
Well, they tell me.
I better go warn Mr. Drysdale. I don't think he knows.
Well, great.
Jed, this is no time for dancing. There's a prediction at stake. Besides, maybe it's because we're on the grass, but your waltzing is sure going downhill. Paint all over my table. Where's my hickory switches? I'll take the bark off and both of you.
Hey, don't come off. I told you to bring the watercolor.
Well, it was watercolor. Blue, ain't it?
Get on the truck and drive till I get Granny cooled off.
Hey, thanks, Uncle Jet. I'll never forget you for this.
Here they go.
They're taking a little trip.
Why, I'll be... Jed, that's my prophecy. It's come true. I predicted that Jethro and a beautiful girl would be going on a journey.
But you said a long journey. I told him just to drive around till you cool off.
That'll be a long journey, believe me.
Now, Frank, congratulate the Wizard of Wall Street.
Also known as the boob of Beverly Drive. Your broker called and told me you had bought 10,000 shares of Dynasty Transport Company.
Right. Granny selected it for me. I bought it for 10 cents. I think I'll sell when it gets to be $100 a share.
Did you bother to find out what Dynasty Transport manufactures?
No, but Granny hasn't been wrong yet. Now, what do they build? Monorails, rockets, supersonic transports?
Stage coaches. And they haven't made a profit since 1805. In fact, they haven't made anything since 1805. Drysdale's office? Oh, yes, Mr. Rogers. It's your broker. I'm afraid he can't come to the phone now. He's He's crying. It's what? It is. Well, of course, I'll tell him at once. It's cheap. Dynaspeed Transport is up 3 points a share. Somebody bought the company for $1.5 million.
Granny was right. I made a fortune. Hello, Mike. Yeah. What sucker would pay $1.5 million for a stagecoach company, eh? J.D. who?
Gee!
No! You don't need to spell it!
I'm glad to get the company, Mr. Goodman. Who knows, with all this smog talk, maybe the stagecoach is due for a comeback. I'll have Mr. Drysdale call you tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you, Jed.
Well, at least now Mr. Drysdale won't suffer on account of your fortune telling.
I'm quitting Winters. 3 of my last 4 predictions come true.
Which one didn't?
The one that you was going to settle down with a beautiful lady, and she was going to raise your children and take good care of you.
Looks like that one come true, too. That beautiful lady is a perfect description of you.
You're sweet, Jed. Now, if I could just get Alverny to clear my name with the folks back home.
Well, telephone her and tell her to come in and shout it out.
I already tried. But Minnie on the switchboard at Bug Tussle says she ain't taking no calls since she come down from the roof this morning.
What's the matter? She lose her voice?
No, her foot. She fell off, broke her leg, Ned's collarbone, and 3 jugs of cider that he was selling to the crowd.
Ellie, was it you put this monkey to milking the goat?
Oh, yes, sir. He's doing that for Granny.
Looks like he's going to the business for himself.
Anything else I can do for you, Uncle Jed?
No, I reckon that just about does it. How's it look to you, Granny?
Just like back home. Beautiful.
Well, I'll go call Mr. Drysdale and tell him it's ready.
Jed, didn't Mr. Drysdale say why he wanted us to put up the cabin?
Nope, he said he explained when he got here.
It's the most brilliant advertising scheme in banking history. My television commercial will show how I took this starving, penniless hillbilly family living in a wretched little backwoods cabin and with my financial genius transformed them into millionaires living in a magnificent Beverly Hills mansion.
Chief, that's not true.
You don't think that's a magnificent mansion?
You know what I mean. Oil was discovered on their property and they were worth millions before you ever met them.
Details. No one's interested in that side of the story.
Better Business Bureau might be interested.
You open your yacht to those nitpickers and you'll be starved.
I'm sorry, but I will not stand idly by and watch this happen.
You bet you won't. You'll be photographing it.
Hey!
Yes, with that nice motion picture camera you carry along on your bird watching trip.
I refuse to be associated with this in any way.
That's gratitude for you. What were you when I hired you?
I was the top secretary to the top executive of the top insurance company in this entire city.
There you are. No place to go. No incentive. No future. Here you've got everything to work for.
And I have been working for it for 10 years. You promised me regular raises, pension and profit sharing, hospitalization, a 5-day working week.
Okay, say no more. You've got it.
I have?
Starting Monday, a 5-day working week.
But Chief, what about the other thing?
Oh, that's labor for you. Churn soft and they take advantage of it.
Mr. Drysdale, I hereby tender my resignation.
Oh, no, wait a minute, Miss Hathaway. You've been a faithful, devoted, efficient secretary for 10 long years. Do you think I can overlook that?
1 will get you 5.
I'll get right down to the nitty-gritty. Now, you stay with me, and you'll have a nest egg for the rest of your life. I mean, a real big one.
Are you serious?
Cross my heart.
It's this side.
Oh, it's all over. You know what a big heart I have.
Yeah.
You don't believe me, eh? All right. You're going to feel bad when I tell you this. It's in here right now.
My nest egg?
Yes, I've been saving it for you. I even have your name on it.
Chief, I can't believe it.
Well, it's true. Now, you just stay with me, and it's yours. Milford Drysdale speaking. Oh, hello, Mr. Clafford. the cabin is up? Oh, that's wonderful. Yes, I'll be right over. Yes. Goodbye. Did I tell you it's a big one? Why, you'll be the envy of every bird watcher in town.
Miss Hathaway? Excuse me, I have those loan papers for Mr. Drysdale. What happened?
Miss Hathaway just blew her 5-day week.
Is this all the milk that goat give?
I reckon so.
Well, you might as well give it to the monkey to drink.
Oh, I don't think he can have no more.
Granny!
Dad, get him off.
You can't intimidate me this time. I've got claw.
You just think you've been clawed.
I was referring to this courageous and noble canine.
That what it is? Looks something like a dog.
And that, those fangs can tear to ribbons the toughest crepe Suzette.
Do tell.
I have but to give the command attaque, and he will attaque.
He does, and you're going to clean it up.
You deserve to be set upon. Claude, mon chien brave. Attaquez cette canaille.
What are you saying, Miss Drysdale?
That's French, you oaf. I'm releasing the primitive instincts in this ferocious animal. Kill! Kill!
You coming, baby?
Claude, come back! That vicious beast attacked my dog.
No, he didn't.
You hillbillies in your squalid hovel are a blight on the landscape of Beverly Hills. Jethro,
Yes, ma'am?
I demand that you demolish this ugly, broken-down old ruin.
Granny, you gonna let her call you that?
No, I ain't.
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Kill! Kill!
Give it a kiss, too, don't you, Granny?
Slap your kiss it grinder on her.
Granny, what's going on here? How come you to do this?
Whatever for?
Come inside, darling, and I'll explain.
I refuse.
Oh, please, dear, come with Daddy.
Why can't you explain it here?
Not in front of the clappers, dear. Now, come on.
No.
Lover, baby. Do you want Daddykins to carry you inside?
Oh, very well.
That's my sugar dumpling. Oh, excuse us.
Oh, doggy. So that's why he wanted the cabin.
What, Pop?
For a love nest. He surprised his wife with a second honeymoon.
Yeah! He called her a dumpling.
Why not? She's built like one.
Ain't you got no romance? This is a tender moment. Now let's all get out of here and leave them two lovebirds alone.
Don't look now. But the mama bird just throwed the papa bird out of the nest. Where's my patient?
Oh, he's coming, too. Jethro and Paul's fetching him in.
He sure got a nasty whack on his head when his wife chucked him through that door.
You reckon you'll have to operate?
Could be, could be. Where's my clamps?
Oh, right here. They're like...
Good. And here's my suture. I think I'll sew them up with blue number 3 and use a lazy daisy stitch. That makes a real pretty scar. Set them right here, boys. Oh, they cut down the old pine tree and they hauled it away to the mill to make a coffin of pine for that neighbor of mine. Oh, they cut down...
Granny, I don't believe I'd sing that.
That's the new thing, Jed. Music in the operating room to relax the patient.
You don't look too relaxed.
All right, stir me up some lather. I'm going to shave his head.
What? Shave my head? No.
Now, just rest easy. I might be able to save your head. Here, take 3 fingers of my Tennessee tranquilizer. That'll relax you. Look at this, Jed. Piece of a skull come loose.
Looks like an eggshell.
Thinnest head I ever seen. He wears a tight hat, he's in trouble.
Jethro, go see who's at the front door.
Oh, can't Ellie go? This is my chance to learn brain surgery.
Well, I'm Granny's nurse.
All right, I'll go. You young'uns help the doctor all you can.
Man can't live with a skull that thin. Billy May, you go sterilize my soul. We's gonna make medical history.
Well, what you mean?
I'm gonna perform the first head transplant.
Can I help?
You is gonna be the donor.
Donor? What's a donor?
Never mind. Take 2 aspirin and wash your neck.
Okay, then what?
And I'm gonna give you and Mr. Drysdale a general anesthetic.
You mean you're gonna knock us out with that mallet?
Maybe not. Your head is too thick, and his is too thin. I'll give you gas. Go stick your head in the oven.
Oven?
Well, boy, a head transplant is likely to smart.
All's ready, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse.
Hey, wait a minute. Are you fixing to give him my head?
You'll get his.
Are you kidding? That wouldn't look good with a mustache.
Complain. You've got a chance to make medical history.
No thanks. You said yourself his skull's too thin.
Well, that's the beauty of it, boy. The way you eat, you'll grow a new head of bone in no time.
Nothing doing. Have to swap heads with Ellie.
No, sir. Now, that don't make no sense at all. You think you don't look good with a mustache.
You ain't giving him my head. I got a 6th grade education up here. And I ain't giving out to no bank president. Hey. Here's a head for you. Swap these 2.
Don't do it, Granny.
No, it ain't a good match. Besides, his wife ain't too happy with him now.
Come on, Jackie.
Well, how's it going, Doctor?
There's your donor. He's already got a mustache.
I just can't see a banker wearing that hat.
What y'all talking about?
Oh, nothing, Jed. Who is at the door?
Miss Jane, she'll be here directly.
Miss Jane. She's got the head for Mr. Drysdale.
Figure 2.
Granny, Mr. Clapper tells me you're performing first aid on the chief. May I help?
You sure can.
Miss Jane, how would you like to be his boss for a change?
Well, I'm afraid I don't understand.
Granny's fixing to perform the first head transplant. You're going to be the donor.
Don't worry. I'll use green thread and a zigzag stitch, and folks will think you're wearing a new necklace.
Granny, I'm afraid medical science isn't ready for a head transplant.
Well, we gotta do something. This poor man's head is falling apart like an eggshell. Look at that.
Well, that is eggshell. You see, I gave him an egg shampoo this morning.
She's right. That's a good, solid rind.
Take my word for it. This is one of the hardest heads in Beverly Hills.
My tranquilizer's wearing off.
All he needs is a little fresh air.
What are you doing here, Benedict Arnold? Drysdale, that's your secretary. She's no secretary of mine.
Now, come along, Chief. I want to talk to you.
I don't want to talk to you, you big chicken.
Jed?
Oh, Jethro, give me a hand with this door.
Well, Mr. Drysdale said he don't want no door on the cabin.
Well, I can understand him being door shy, but it seems to me like a honeymoon cabin ought to have one, even if it is a second honeymoon.
Turns out he don't want the cabin for a second honeymoon. He wants it to make a movie.
A movie?
Starring us.
Well, doggy.
Well, it ain't as good as it sounds. Look, you see what he wants me to wear.
Well, let me see him.
Okay, I'll put it on and show you. How's this for crazy casting? What do you mean? He's got me playing the part of a country rube.
No.
Who's going to believe that a sophisticated international playboy like I is from the sticks?
Well, boy, I reckon you'll just have to do some extra tall acting.
But I got to look the part, too. This is the face of a scholar, a 6th grade graduate. You can't hide intelligence.
Jed, will you look what Mr. Drysdale's got Ellie and me wearing in his movie?
What parts you two playing?
Why, he says we's all playing ourselves.
Well, then you three is set. But do I look like a famous Beverly Hills surgeon?
Just as much as I look like a country hick.
Wait a minute. I think we's all forgetting that Mr. Drysdale has had a pretty bad whack on the head. He ain't himself.
That's true.
Yeah, didn't even know Miss J.
Worst case of magnesia I ever did see. Should have done the transplant.
Now, I think he'll come out of it all right, but I think we ought to humor him.
Well, I'll go along with that first spell. But if he don't get better soon, that head's gotta go.
Here he comes. Now, let's just go along with everything he wants. Howdy, Mr. Drysdale. You all ready to do your movie?
Fine. Now, let's have a look. Bank, you will move into a mansion in Beverly Hills and be rich, beautiful, intelligent, and clean.
You give me one more time and I'll clean you. I ain't gonna hold still for no nut in green underwear and belting me with a branding iron.
Me neither.
I have an idea. Miss Hathaway, we'll go to the mansion and shoot the happy ending first. Now, once they do that, they'll have a better feeling for this sad beginning.
Right, Chief. All right, everybody to the mansion. Your wardrobe is waiting. All right, I'm rolling. Action!
Believe it or not, friends, that lazy, no-good family of hillbillies now occupies this beautiful mansion in Beverly Hills and drives this beautiful car. Now, how did this financial miracle happen? I'll let them tell the story. Come out, shiftless father.
I am on my way to the stockbroker to see how many millions Mr. Drysdale's smart investments has made for me this morning.
Thank you, Mr. Clampett.
Thank you, super banker.
Come out, toothless girl.
Thanks to Mr. Drysdale, I ain't toothless no more.
And where are you going, rich, beautiful Beverly Hills heiress?
I'm going riding with my rich, handsome Beverly Hills dentist.
Thank you, Ellie Mae.
Thank you, Super Banker.
Come out, half-wit boy.
I am on my way to UCLA to pick up my Ph.D.
Tell me, rich young intellectual, what was the subject of your dissertation?
The Drysdale system for the rehabilitation of half-wit hillbillies.
Thank you, Dr. Bodine.
Thank you, Super Bank.
Come out, dirty old grandmother.
Thanks to Mr. Drysdale, I am no longer a dirty old grandmother. In fact, I am the founder and the president of the GAHAB Society.
And what does that stand for?
Give a hippie a bath.
And where are you going now, immaculate old matron?
I got a date with Mr. Clean.
Them is company vittles if I ever smell them. Any word from Cousin Roy yet?
He called from the edge of town. Ellie gave him the directions how to get here.
Oh, from the edge of town, he could just follow his nose. If heaven smelled like that, wouldn't be no sinners.
Here is the Sioux prize for Cousin Roy. See if you can guess what that is.
That is either rain crow, barn owl, or yellowhammer.
Close.
Mud hen?
Right. That's a coot cobbler.
Coot cobbler? Granny, you are really putting a big pot in a little one today.
Well, poor Roy probably hasn't had a decent meal since I left the hills.
Oh, Granny, Roy's ma is one of the best cooks in Cud County.
Myrtle Halsey, her cooking would gag a buzzard.
That just ain't so.
Then why did Roy always come over to our place to eat?
He coming over to our place because he had eyes for Ellie Mae.
He had eyes for my victuals.
Granny, remember how he used to sit on the back porch and play his guitar and make up songs about Ellie?
He done that to keep from going home to an empty table.
All right, Granny, have it your way.
Myrtle Halsey never cooked a decent meal in her life. She was always out peddling that bad moonshine that she made.
Are you talking about her tonic? Mother Myrtle's magic mixture?
Magic mixture. Possum Ridge poison is what it was. She ought to have been arrested.
Well, now, you peddle plenty of your tonic. Dr. Daisy's Chickasaw blood builder.
That was legitimate medicine. The only known protection against Siberian scurvy.
Granny, we never had no Siberian scurvy.
You bet we didn't. I pioneered in preventive medicine.
Now, just because you and Myrtle used to lock horns, I hope you ain't going to take it out on her boy.
I'm treating him like a king. I'm cooking him everything but the fatted calf.
Speaking of the fatted calf, where is Jethro? Victuals like these are cooking. I'm surprised he ain't here with both feet in the trough.
Land sakes, I plumb forgot about Jethro.
Everybody, Cousin Roy just turned in a driveway.
When is that girl going to learn to wear a dress? Well, hey, ain't you got a nice pretty dress for Cousin Roy?
Yep, but I don't know if it'll fit him.
I want you to wear it. Now run along and put it on.
Oh, yes, sir.
Good thing that girl is so pretty.
Yeah, she takes after me.
Hey, Roy, come on.
I almost hate to see him, Jed.
Why?
6 years of nothing but Myrtle's cooking. He'll be a walking skeleton.
This place is bigger than the Cud County Courthouse.
Little Roy!
Howdy, Granny.
Good to see you, Roy. Welcome to Beverly Hills.
Thank you, Mr. Clampett.
Let's have a look at you, Roy.
You're exactly a skeleton, Granny.
Been eating out, have you?
No, ma'am. Just Big Mama's cooking.
Oh, that's baby fat, Jed. He's still living on it. Now, don't you worry, little Roy. My victuals will flesh out. Come on in. I got a surprise cooking for you on the stove right now.
Well, thank you, Granny, but I just finished the last of the victuals that Mama packed from a trip. Cold coot cobbler.
Did you say coot cobbler?
Yes, ma'am. Ain't nobody makes it like Big Mama.
Do they still call her man Crazy Myrtle?
Granny, let's have Roy tote his things in. Sure is a dandy car, Roy.
Somebody put a wanted poster on this side. Looks like Bonnie Parker. Or is it Clyde?
Granny.
Well, bless my soul if it ain't my dear old friend Myrtle.
Yes, Mama let me drive her delivery car.
She's gone out of business, has she?
Oh, no, ma'am. Business so good, she done sent me out here to open up a Hollywood branch.
Do tell.
Yes, sir. She's after the movie star trade. She figures she'll have them if we can just get an endorsement from somebody like Bull Montana.
Bull the dandy.
Well, howdy there, Roy.
What happened?
I dropped my sample case. 40 bottles of Big Mama's magic mixture.
Looks like some of them's busted, Roy.
Don't light a match. Nobody. I'll go get him out before it starts eating through the floor.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Clampett. I'll clean it up.
No, Granny and me take care of that. Ellie, show Roy to his room.
Oh, yes, sir, Pop. Tell me, Roy, do you still play the guitar?
Yes, ma'am, Ellie. I pick it a little.
Well, would you pick something for me?
I sure will.
Ellie Mae, give Roy a chance to get settled in.
Oh, that's all right, Mr. Clampett. I'd like to do one for Ellie. Here's one I used to do right after y'all left the hills. Goes like this, Ellie. There's a cabin in Cutt County that we knew in days of yore, where we whiled many happy hours away. A-sittin' and a-singin' by the little cabin door, where dwelt my lovely Ellie Mae. Oh, my darling Ellie Mae, they have taken you away, and I'll never see my darling anymore. I am sitting by the river, and I'm weeping all the day, 'cause you're gone from the old log cabin door.
Good cobbler sure was a hit.
I bet you Roy will never brag on his mamas again.
Hey, Granny, them sure was fine victuals.
Yes, ma'am, especially that coot cobbler. When did Mama give you her recipe?
Mama!
Is expecting you to call, Roy. Now, why don't you do that right now? Let her know you got here safe and sound. Ellie, show Roy that phone out in the front hall.
Oh, yes, sir, Pa. Follow me, Roy.
Granny, anything you want me to tell Mama?
Yeah. You tell her if she brings her tonic out here.
Granny will help her sell it.
Roy's talking to his mama back home. She wants to say howdy to y'all.
I've got something to say to her. Put it in, hurry.
Howdy, Myrtle. This is Jed Clampett.
Hello, Jed. You handsome rascal. How are you?
Just fine, Myrtle. How's yourself?
Tolerable, Jed. Just tolerable. I'm getting old. The sands of time are running out on me. The pretty little apple-cheeked girl you used to know is just a wasted shell.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Hear what, Jed?
Just a minute, Myrtle. She's ailing, Granny.
Big Mama, you was feeling fine just a minute ago.
Shut up and get off the phone, blabbermouth.
Myrtle got the tisic.
Tisic my foot. That's a whiskey wheeze if I ever heard one.
Come on now, say something now.
Sober up, you old bat.
What was that, Jed?
Oh, Granny said take care of yourself. What can we do to help you, Myrtle?
Oh, it's too late for me, Jed. But I do hope you'll help Roy to get my tonic business started out there. Has he talked to Bull Montana yet?
Well, I ain't sure, Myrtle, but for business advice, you ought to talk to Mr. Drysdale. That's the banker who takes care of my money.
Drysdale, you say? Oh. Melbourne? Drysdale. Commerce Bank. President? Well, nice-looking man, is he? I mean, good character and all?
He's a fine man and right handsome.
Thank you, Jed. You've given a dying widow new hope. Goodbye.
Sure you want a double day with me tonight, Roy?
Oh, yes, sir, Cousin Jethro. I figure I can learn a lot from a sheik like you.
All right. I won't be long.
You want me to come in with you?
No, please. If them girls sees me with you, I'll never get a date.
Oh, shucks. I ain't that good looking.
You just wait right here, Roy.
Hey, maybe I can sell a few bottles of Big Mama's tonic while I'm waiting.
Right here on the street? In Beverly Hills? Are you... Hey, that's a great idea. Yeah, put on a medicine show. We set up here, stand right here on the sidewalk. Play your banjo and draw a great big crowd.
You reckon there's a chance that Bull Montana might come by?
Bull Montana?
Yeah, Mama wants an endorsement from a big movie star.
Yeah, sure he does. He comes by here so much, they call this here Bull Run. Howdy, Miss Jane.
Jethro, what brings you here?
Well, if it's all right with you, I'd like to take a dip in the secretarial pool and see what I come up with.
Jethro, dear boy, you must not be blinded by mere physical pulchritude. That sort of beauty is only skin deep.
Well, maybe so, but I like the way some of them skins is stuffed.
What are you looking at?
There's a crowd down there.
It's a sidewalk peddler.
Do they allow that in Beverly Hills?
Oh, I should say not. He'll be arrested within minutes.
Oh.
Gather around, folks. Right after this musical number, I'm going to pass amongst you with this here miracle from the mountains. Mother Myrtle's magic mixture. Before I start, is Bull Montana in the crowd? Not yet, huh? I'll dedicate this to him anyway, because he's Mama's favorite.
Right here, buddy. Let me see that.
Yes, sir. Men in uniform, half price for this wonderful tonic. Fills the body, lifts the spirit, and soothes the soul.
You know something, folks? He's right. Back in Missouri, before I took my first bottle of Mother Myrtle's, I was a 97-pound weakling.
All right, folks, step right up. Yes.
Get the chief of police on the phone.
What's the trouble?
Some clown is peddling patent medicines in front of a bank, and I want to make a complaint.
Well, I saw a policeman down there. Why don't you complain to him?
I did. He made me buy 6 bottles.
Mr. Drysdale's office. One moment, please. There's a Mrs. Myrtle Halsey calling you long distance.
I don't know any Myrtle Halsey.
Mr. Clampett suggested that she call you.
Hello, Mrs. Halsey. What can I do for you?
Well, the first thing you can do is call me Myrtle.
But yeah, of course, if you'll call me Milburn.
Okay, Milburn. Here's the scoop. I'm moving my business operations to the West Coast, and my dear friend Jed Clampett says you're just the man to help a rich young wooder like me.
Well, indeed I am. Now, why don't you come out and we'll have a business conference?
Well, I don't know. Jed says you're a handsome devil. Would you promise to keep it strictly business?
Absolutely.
Oh. Well, I'll come out anyway. I'm just dying to see Granny again. She's such a dear, sweet little old lady. She's always been like a mother to me.
See, I have an idea. Now, why don't you fly out as my guest and we'll surprise Granny?
Oh, that sounds like funsies. Will we make the Hollywood scene, Milby?
You bet we will, Mert. Now, you start packing now.
All righty. Bye. Oh, Myrtle and Milby were lovers. Oh, how they did love.
All set, Granny. I borrowed Roy's sample case and made you a new sign.
Let's see it, boy. Dr. Daisy's death defiance. That's dandy. Now, help me cork these bottles and we'll take him back to where Roy was peddling his mama's poison.
What do we charge for it?
Nothing. Doctors don't care for money. My reward will be hearing the screams of dying victims turn to happy laughter. Look, Jethro, there's a victim laying on the sidewalk.
Looks like he's fooling with the fire hydrant.
Poor devil, just like a poison rat, trying to get to water. Hurry, boy. We gotta save him. Help is here. Hurry. Keep him down. He's going into the jail. I got here just in time. the bloodstream real quick.
I'll set up your medicine stand, Granny.
Oh, fine, boy. Folks, who's the next to be saved? I am holding in my hand the only known antidote to Mad Dog Myrtle's murdering mixture. Step right up and take the cure. You all seen what it did for that little fella? He was laying here fighting for his life. But Dr. Daisy's death-defier fetched him back from the brink of the grave.
And it's free.
Yours for the taking. Who wants to be saved? How about you, brother?
I think we need some music, Granny. That's how Roy done it.
Maybe you're right. Rock of Ages, clip for me. Let me hide myself in thee.
Don't you know something a little more cheerful?
We don't need it. Here comes a walking testimonial.
There they are. Be careful, though. They're nutty as fruitcakes. The big one held me, and the little one poured that goop down my throat.
Get right up here, little man, and tell the folks how this saved you when you was laying at death's door.
What is that stuff?
The only known cure for Mad Dog Myrtle's murdering mixture.
You talking about Mother Myrtle's magic mixture?
Have you had some?
Just finished the whole bottle.
Open your mouth quick and gulp this down.
Oh, no, thanks.
Grab him, Jethro, and out of his head. Folks, he's going into convulsion.
Oh, Mr. Drysdale, the bank's been a-calling you.
Yeah, they had a riot down there.
A riot in my bank?
Oh, no, sir, out front.
They grabbed a couple of dope peddlers.
In front of my bank? Pushers?
Well, I reckon you could call them that. They was pushing a bottle down a policeman's throat.
Gee, you better get down there. Are you kidding? Those hopheads are dangerous. Let the police handle them.
Oh, the riot squad's done took him to jail.
Oh, but the bank wants you to call right away.
Well, I'll be late for the airport. Miss Hathaway. Now, you go meet the plane and bring Myrtle, that is, the widow Halsey, to the Clampetts, so Granny and I can share the wonderful surprise of seeing her.
Well, what about Margaret?
Margaret who?
Your wife?
Oh, that's Margaret. What about her?
Well, surely you intend to tell Myrtle that you're married.
Oh, sure, after she goes home. Well, a rich widow deserves a few thrills. Besides, many a business deal has been made on the dance floor.
He's feeling real spry.
Looking real spry, too.
Ellie, honey, why don't you fetch Roy in to meet Mr. Drysdale?
Yes, sir, Pop.
Hello, Jack. Milburn. What's all this about a riot and dope peddlers? Oh, two of them, eh? Great big goofy-looking kid. Little old lady wearing a doctor's coat.
That sounds a heap like Jethro and Granny.
I'm glad they're here. They are here.
No, they went into town to peddle Granny's death-defying antidote.
Jack, get over to jail right away and bail them out. I don't care what it costs. Hurry. Don't worry, Mr. Clappett. They'll be here in no time.
Well, I ain't sure I want to be here. Granny's liable to be a mite peevish.
Oh, not for long. I've got a surprise that's going to make everything all right. One of her dearest friends is coming to see her.
Who's that?
Myrtle Halsey.
Myrtle Halsey?
Yes, the woman who's always been like a daughter to Granny.
Now I know I don't want to be here.
Wait till I get my hands on that Drysdale. I'll learn him to get me arrested. Who's that with Miss Jane?
Darned if I know.
Miss Jane's back. With my widow.
Hurry, Granny! It's Mad Dog Myrtle.
There he is, my lover boy. Oh, you're just my feet, Sonny. Where's the nearest love-in?
Where you going, Granny?
To fetch my shotgun. I'm going to perform a mercy killing.
Oh, wait a minute, Granny.
Presentation.